born right smack dab in the mid-80s. Of course, I grew up on Nicktoons, and I basically love them all. From Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, All Real Monsters, Hey Arnold, Angry Beavers, The Wild Thornberries, and Cat Dog were all amongst some of my favorite cartoons growing up. There was a few Nicktoons I didn't care for, but as you can see by my list, I liked the majority of them. Now, when it comes to the live action shows on the network, it was not the same for me. I never really liked the game shows and sketch shows or anything like that. But there was a handful of live action shows on Nickelodeon that I really did like a lot. There is 5 to be exact. I'm talking about Hey Dude, Clarissa Explains It All, The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Are You Afraid of the Dark? And of course, The Secret World of Alex Mack. I was really into these shows back in the day, and I could watch either one of them today and still get a lot of enjoyment out of them. But when it comes to which one's my favorite, that's definitely The Secret World of Alex Mack. Well, and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Alex Mack was special, different, unique, and just an all-around cool show. The writing, the memorable characters, and so much 90s awesomeness that I could never get tired of. The series would be released back in 1994 and would last 4 seasons and 78 episodes. Now in this video, I'm going to be picking my top 10 favorite episodes from the superhero sci-fi fantasy drama comedy classic. So let's get this thing started. The Accident is the first episode of the series. Yep, this is where it all started. Alex is starting her first day at junior high and is feeling pretty average.
I should just face it. I'm boring. Plain and simple.
Right away it goes to a shot of this, which tells us this chemical plant is gonna play a major role in this show. The shots of the inside of the plant give you a feeling that this is a scary place, filled with some not so good people. It even has a glowing spider that looks like it could give someone some type of superpowers.
May your amulets never tickle.
They quickly go into showing us some of the main characters. There's Alex's father, who is a genius working at the local chemical plant. Alex's big sister, Annie, who is also a science genius that will follow in their father's footsteps. Alex's mother, who still sees Alex as her little girl. And let's not forget about Ray, Alex Mack's best friend. Leaving school, they introduce Alex's new bully and her first crush. Oh look, Shadow Man. I know how these things work. That equals bad guy. Oh look, it's obviously the bumbling moron of the show, driving while eating. Oh, what a surprise, he dropped his food. I wonder what a man of his IQ would do in this situation. This causes Dave, that's his name, Dave, to almost run over Alex, but instead of being killed, she just gets drenched in some chemicals. Alex quickly realizes she's having odd side effects from the chemicals. This is when we get to see her new powers. Her sister Annie and best friend Ray find out about Alex's new abilities and suggest that they should keep it a secret between just them.
I say that Daniel Atron and her security guys never let you see the light of day again.
Creepy Bad Guy has a slideshow of every child going to junior high in Paradise Valley. If the Shadow Man thing didn't convince you that this is a villain, well, this definitely should. Oh look, it's the kid he's looking for right on his t-shirt. That's just classic.
Boys in the lab bring down the handprint ID unit. We'll get going door to door.
Yep, these people obviously have a lot of pull in this town to be able to go door to door asking for children's fingerprints. And well, that's just what they do. And there is a moment of, oh crap, but of course they don't find out Alex's new secret. I mean, it's just the first episode. The Accident is a really good pilot that sets up the show perfectly, and although the show would have many other characters come into the series that are not seen in this episode, it does great with introducing the characters that are, giving you a good feel of what these characters are all about, and it's kinda cool to see Alex before she had her powers for like half an episode. World Without Alex is a second season episode released September 21st, 1996. This episode marks Alex having her powers for 18 months, and she's feeling pretty down about it, feeling like they haven't done her much good. And for Danielle Atron, well, she's feeling pretty angry, still not knowing who the kid is after a year and a half. So she takes it out on Vince. You know, the shadow man I talked about on the pilot episode. Back at the Mack house, the administration person from MIT has arrived to interview Annie. This causes Alex to have a small issue. You see, Alex has put off buying her mom a birthday gift until the last moment, and her bike is jammed between the garage door and the MIT guy's car. So what does Alex do? Well... After getting the scolding she deserves, Alex runs off. As the day turns into night, she ends up on a bench in a park. Looking up at a shooting star, Alex Mack makes a wish.
I wish I'd never been born at all.
Alex then goes to sleep and wakes up in a world where it seems her wish has come true. You quickly realize along with Alex that things are a lot different in this reality. And since Alex was not there to be in the chemical accident, it turns out to be her mom that was. And Vince, instead of failing consistently, is successful in finding her. And her best friend Ray is hilariously different, as in this world he's Vince's best friend. And I mean, just look at his outfit. And her father's not a scientist thanks to Vince. Instead, he's a box boy for the plant. And his health looks awful, making him look like he's 15 years older.
That's a great name. If I'd had another daughter, I would have named her Alex.
All of this turns out to be just a dream, but man, what a crazy scary dream ride to go on with Alex. It has its heart-pumping moments.
There is an intruder loose in the plant with stolen valuable secrets. Don't be fooled by her youth. She's extremely dangerous.
World Without Alex is an awesome episode. I know seeing a world without yourself is something that had been done before, but it hadn't been done in Alex Mack's style. And that's the best style of all. Of course, this episode is for Alex to learn her self-worth, as she's feeling down about herself and is feeling that the powers she thought would make her something special, after a year and a half, don't really make her feel that way at all. But after seeing everybody she cares about would be worse off without her, Alex sees her importance. To me, this episode is saying that it's not Alex's powers that would change people's lives in a world she does not exist. It's her. Who she is on the inside, the person she is, with or without the powers. Leaving is a 4th season episode which aired October 21st, 1997. Annie prepares to leave for college in this final season episode sees Alex put herself into a situation that may expose her as the GC-161 kid, as she saves a woman's life, taking her all the way from the park to the hospital. Of course, the hospital wants an explanation of how Alex transported the woman there. Knowing it would expose her, Alex refuses to say. Everybody, including Alex's parents, are coming down hard on Alex for an answer.
First thing in the morning, Alex. I'm not kidding.
Annie knows she can't be there for Alex anymore the way she has in the past, so she tells Alex there's only one thing for them to do.
It's time to tell Mom and Dad the truth about you.
But for her best friend Ray, he's just not ready to share their secret.
I like our secret, Alex. It's the best secret in the whole world.
As sad and scary as it may be, Alex doesn't really have a choice. And right when the cat is just about to be let out of the bag, this happens.
Yo, everybody, you gotta come right away.
Alex is only holding up her end of the promise, but I can't let her get in trouble for me.
The episode ends on a tender, heartwarming moment between Alex and Annie. As she says goodbye, Alex gives her one of her hats, and it's a very special moment that they will both remember forever. Leaving is Annie's last episode. I mean, she does pop up for 30 seconds on the very last episode, but this is really her last episode. And it's a good one. Up to this point, Alex could always count on Annie to bail her out of troubled situations, but now she won't be able to do that anymore.
Now's the time for you to grow up and take care of yourself.
She does have Ray to look out for her, and even Dave, who at this point becomes a character I really like. He was fun to watch as Vince's bumbling sidekick, but as the character continues to develop, you start to notice him as not just a half-witted, clumsy guy anymore, but also a man with a kind heart, and this episode is an example of that. The Band is a fourth season rockin' episode released November 4th, 1997. Alex, Ray, Lewis, and some dude named Eddie decide to start a band, and at first, it's all fun.
All right.
We're not bad. We're really not. Not bad at all.
But as time goes on, they all start to get full of themselves, minus Eddie, who's the only one who actually cares about the music. This causes the three buddies to start daydreaming of being big-time stars.
I feel sorry that more people can't be like me.
Leading them to bicker over the stupidest things.
I always assumed that I was the diamond, and you guys were... Can you hang on a second, please? You people are sick.
This comes at the worst possible time as they're auditioning for a gig at the coffee house. Meanwhile, Robin really likes a boy and takes advice from the worst possible person, Kelly Phillips, who happens to be the girl who hates Alex. This has Robin not acting like herself.
But what were you thinking? I mean, the thing that I like most about you is that you don't play games.
After the mediocre audition, Alex and the band actually get a call back to do the gig at the coffee shop. But there's only one problem. Their egotistical behavior has caused them to break up, and Alex has to put them back together before the show.
We got the gig? Really?
Alex is successful in putting the band back together, and they play the gig. This time around, Alex, Ray, and Lewis all put their egos behind them and have a good performance. Being a big music lover makes me like this episode a lot. I know many other shows have done the whole band thing, but this one's really good. It's not as cheesy as the Saved by the Bell one. Not that I don't like cheese, 'cause I do. But this one's just cooler. I put this up there with the Wonder Years episode, Rock and Roll. It's just that classic. Plus, it has some pretty funny moments.
Look at Peter, Paul, and Mary.
The people Annie used to babysit for?
No, the rock group.
And the song they play in the episode is pretty good for inexperienced teenagers. I personally like it. And the spotlight on Alex is a great way to end the episode. Friendly Fire is a fourth season episode released November 20th, 1997. There are two different things going on in this last season episode. So let's get started with the bigger of the two, and that has to do with Alex and Robin. You see, Robin's parents are going on vacation, and Robin will be staying at her grandma's house, and is not too thrilled about it.
I get to reconnect with my grandmother who hates me.
Alex is all too happy to help her friend, even with Ray's warning.
Really want to do that? My guess is that she's a little high maintenance as a roommate.
Quickly, Alex starts to regret it, as Robin starts to get on her nerves, as she starts to treat Alex's room and even her clothes as if they were her own.
Are those my pants?
At this point in the show, Alex is well over her first crush, Scott, who is long gone from the series. At this point, her new interest is a boy named Hunter. So Alex can spend time with Hunter. Robin suggests throwing a party at her empty parent-free home. Alex agrees. And all is well until Robin, being Robin, gets to Alex.
I hate my life. What is your problem?
The two friends have never gotten in a fight like this, and the party goes on without Robin. Alex, instead of hanging out with Hunter, worries about her friend, and goes looking for her and patches up their friendship. And for the other thing that's going on in this episode, George Mack has been receiving confidential files on GC 161, and he suspects it's Dave who's doing so and wants to find out why. So he invites Dave over and they talk it over some mini sandwiches. You see, by this point in the series, Dave knows Alex is a GC 161 kid and that Miss Atron is evil. So he has taken it upon himself to look out for Alex.
And I even worked with them for a while thinking they wanted to help the kid, but they didn't. They wanted him eliminated.
Friendly Fire is a favorite episode of mine simply because I really like the Robin character. She's the character I most relate to on the series, and this one just rings home to me.
So there's not anyone else exactly like you. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want more than one of me around.
The Creeper is a third season episode released January 2nd, 1997. Alex and her friends are in a class where they have to make a bio video.
This is a video class. This is not sandbox.
There is a new character in this episode, Nathan, who everybody calls the Creeper. Nathan is a little odd and doesn't fit in. Alex starts to feel bad for him and tries to befriend him, but after she does, Nathan really starts to like Alex a lot and does something extremely embarrassing.
Meet Alex Mack, the most wonderful, nifty girl at Paradise High.
This, of course, angers Alex, and she tells Nathan off.
I should have never been nice to you. You're a freak, Nathan. You made me the joke of the entire school.
Meanwhile, Dave is trying to get his license and is not feeling confident and looks to Ray for help. This seems odd at first, but Dave and Ray actually start to build somewhat of a friendship, and it starts with this episode.
Let's fire up that engine.
Alex decides she wants to make it right between her and Nathan, so she goes to Lewis, out of all people, to make a bio on Nathan, showing everyone who he really is.
Nathan is one single, solitary guy who doesn't seem to mind being by himself.
The Creeper is a great anti-bullying type episode that gives you a message that just because someone is a little odd doesn't mean that they're not a person that could actually be into some pretty cool things if you actually got to know them.
He's not so weird after all. What if he was actually the coolest kid at Paradise High and we just didn't know it?
This episode hits me right in the pit of my stomach. It has so much heart that it even makes me tear up on parts. Yes. Things with heart get me choked up because that's who I am. The Test is a third season episode released December 26th, 1996. Life is changing for Alex and her friends as they face their first day of high school.
I see life as we know it ceasing to exist in a desolate future stretching out endlessly before us.
Yep, things will never be the same, and that can give you a sad feeling mixed with excitement of what the future may hold. The next thing we see is Dave listening to So You Want to Learn How to Be a Spy tape?
I want to find the kid that I doused with the secret chemical GC-161.
For Alex and her friends, their new high school adventure starts in math class. That's right, where the students are taking a placement test. Alex is once again feeling down about not being the genius like her sister Annie and decides to cheat. And when she does, Dave makes his discovery. Ray and Lewis also decide to cheat, but not in the same way as Alex, as they don't want to be in the smart class or even the mid-level class for that matter.
I'm in the dumb class.
Yeah, me too.
So, yep, Ray and Lewis are in the dumb class, Alex is in the smart class with Nicole, who's ready for a change in friends, and Robin, well...
All by myself. It's lonely at the middle.
Quickly, Alex, Ray, and Lewis regret their decision and decide to come forward about cheating, leading them to the mid-level class with Robin, right where they belong.
Now.
The Test is a classic episode that shows the characters going into high school and facing change together. Besides Nicole, who's embracing the change with excitement, causing her to want a complete change, including new friends.
You don't mind if I eat with her today, do you?
What if we do mind?
We have all been through these moments in life, whether it was alone or with someone else. And Alex Mack does a great job of capturing that feeling. And now it's time for... Did you know? Did you know that the idea of Alex having a giant collection of hats did not come from creator Thomas Lynch? That's right. The idea would actually come from a costume designer who felt Alex was a kid who didn't fit in and would dress differently. And Nickelodeon absolutely hated the idea. But Lynch fought for it until they gave in. Crazy to think it might not ever been part of the character because Alex Mack just would not have been the same without our cool hats. Mack TV is a second season episode released July 27th, 1996. The junior high is having a contest that has everyone excited.
Danielle Atron Junior High Film and Video Contest.
But wait, there's one person that is not so excited, and that is, well, I'm sure you could probably guess who it is.
Remove Robin Russo from the auditorium. She has no business here among all these happy and successful people.
This is a competition, and you can either fly solo or team up with a partner. For Alex, she will be teaming up with her best friend, Ray. And for Lewis, well, he is feeling quite confident that he only needs himself to win this contest. And Robin doesn't really feel like entering at all. Meanwhile, back at the Mack house, Annie and Alex's grandma has come to visit.
My little Annie.
More on her later.
So let the competition begin.
Lewis decides for his video, he's going to go around starting false rumors to prove people don't trust each other. And let's just say this gets him into some pretty hot water.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's him.
For Alex, Ray wants to make a mountain bike adventure video. What they don't know is that Vince has a new gadget that can detect GC-161, and they are near the area Ray and Alex are shooting. Of course it detects Alex, and watching Vince spring into action is hilarious as usual. This leads to a pretty intense chase as Alex tries to escape a vehicle on a bike. Of course, her powers come in handy.
Where'd he go? He was right here.
There's still one problem. Ray caught the entire thing on camera, and obviously they can't use it for the competition. So they decide on another video idea about two opposites who see things a little differently.
It's a beautiful green park, a place to play.
I see killer bees.
But their problems are still not over, thanks to Ray, who has mixed up the tapes and enters the wrong one. Oh man, what else could go wrong? Oh yeah, did I mention Danielle Atron is judging the competition? Alex does get the tape back before it's too late. So who won, you might ask? Well...
Hey, you guys, check this out.
Mack TV is just a really fun episode. I wish I got to do something this cool in school. I mean, making your own video and editing it however you want is just so awesome and is something I never thought I would be able to do. And this is also my favorite Vince episode. He just has me side-splitting laughing the entire time, every time. It's just classic Vince.
What happens if you're no longer needed? Oh, we have big plans for you then, Dave.
The Secret is a second season episode released October 28th, 1995. Ray and Alex are delivering newspapers and come to a house that Ray warns Alex about.
Alex, there are those who believe poltergeists occupy this residence.
A spooky abandoned house in Paradise Valley. That's right. And Alex learning about this now is perfect timing, as Halloween is just around the corner. Annie tells Alex about the abandoned supposable haunted house, and it really starts to build up the spooks.
The woman finally died, and they found her body. Wasn't pretty.
This leads Alex into having a terrifying nightmare that looks like a scene right out of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, I call this story Alex Mack, The Secret. And now Halloween is upon them, and for Annie this year she'll be handing out candy with her boyfriend Bryce. Alex's parents are going to a Halloween costume party. And Alex is going trick-or-treating with her friends, Ray and Lewis, and I have to say, their costumes are awesome. And I absolutely love Alex's costume.
Hey, Lewis.
Hey, Alex. So elegantly grunge.
The classic look. It gets better with time.
Classic indeed. Ray is totally prepared for Halloween this year with a map and all. So they set out. And of course they end up at the creepy spooky house. It would not be a Halloween episode if they didn't. And we see Alex get sucked in. Alex quickly realizes the house does have a ghost, and it's gonna trap her forever, taking over her body and soul. Gotcha. Just kidding. Alex is terrified at first, but then the ghost doesn't seem so bad.
Why won't you let me move?
Meanwhile, Ray and Lewis are attempting to rescue Alex, and let's just say it's not going too well.
Hello? Goodbye!
The ghost starts to talk to Alex about her life and her granddaughter, who turns out to be someone Alex knows all too well. The Secret is a Halloween episode done really well. It has spooky shots throughout, filled with awesome costumes, trick-or-treating, a haunted house, parents going to costume parties, and Annie handing out candy. I mean, it literally has everything a great Halloween episode should have, and more. It's truly one of my favorite Halloween episodes ever. But for some reason, no one seems to talk about this episode when classic Halloween episodes come up. And it's really a shame. But hey, at least it'll be played at my house every spooky season because it's just that good. Paradise Lost is the first part episode of the season finale, released January 13th, 1998. And Paradise Regained is the second part episode of the finale, released January 15th, 1998. After watching Alex carelessly use her powers in public for over 70 episodes, it finally backfires.
Say hello to Mr. Soldier! Lewis!
Yep, the very big mouth Lewis now knows Alex's secret, and although I love the Lewis character, this is not good for Alex. But she has no choice now but to tell him the story of what happened to her. Meanwhile, George Mack is getting some pretty shocking news.
I'm letting you go. Effective immediately.
For Dave, he's on a mission to stop the plant once and for all. But with his phony mustache and odd story, Dave is not being taken too seriously. Back to Lewis, who's proving he's not too bright, talking to Ray on his cell phone about Alex's powers. The plant, of course, hears the entire thing and goes after Lewis. And it doesn't take him long to crack and spill the beans.
The kid is Alex Mack!
And this is when all hell breaks loose. Daniel Atron finally has a GC-161 kid she's been after since the first episode, and it ends with Alex and the evil lady face to face making you scream out loud. No! Paradise Regained starts right where Paradise Lost left off. Ray, Hunter, and Lewis are Alex and her family's last hope. Well, and Dave. Ray tells Lewis he needs to use his big mouth to spread the word. There's only one problem. No one will believe him. including Robin. Alex's parents are confused on why they've been taken hostage, and they are about to find out about Alex's secret once and for all. Alex's father is really crushed to learn that his daughter would keep such a secret from them, and I really feel for George Mack in this moment.
I just don't understand. Alex, we could have helped you. We could have been there for you.
Ray and Hunter arrive at the plant on the mission to save Alex and her family. After breaking in, they overhear Danielle Atron talking to Lars.
Set the explosives. I don't want a shred of evidence left behind.
What about the Macks?
Their evidence.
This is the most intense moment in Alex Mack history. Will Hunter and Ray be able to get the Macks out of the plant before they're blown to dust? Ray finds the Mack family and busts Alex out and makes the sacrifice I always knew he would.
Be careful, Ray! Come on, get out of here!
Meanwhile, Dave is on his way with the FDA, who finally has the evidence to take Miss Atron down, and watching her get arrested is amazing. Take that, you bad lady.
You're under arrest.
Alex morphs herself and her parents to safety, but she can't just leave Ray to die. This can't happen. Please, Alex, do something. Alex barely gets her and Ray to safety, and after the bad guys are taken away, Alex has a heartwarming moment with her and Dave that really touches your heart.
You knew, didn't you?
This is it, the last moments in the Alex Mack series. We even get to see Annie for a minute. Alex is left standing alone with the antidote for GC-161 that her father developed, and it's left unknown if she takes it or not. It's up to the viewer to decide. Paradise Lost and Regained is an amazing way to end the series. All the plot points are closed, minus whether she took the antidote or not. It's filled with heart-pumping intensity, laughter, and extreme heart. To me, it's the perfect ending to one of the best inventive shows I will ever watch in my life. I could not have wished for a better closing episode. Yeah, it's that good. Well, that's it. My top 10 favorite Alex Mack episodes. Yours may differ, and that's totally awesome. Everyone's favorite should be what they connected to or enjoyed the most. There is no right or wrong answers.